Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hello, welcome to the Disney Days Planning Podcast. This podcast is information about Walt Disney World, which is organized by topic. I'm your host, Alyssa Salveson. Hello, welcome back to the Disney Days Planning Podcast. Thank you for coming back and listening to this is my part 2 of my February trip report. So I was there for 2 weeks, down in February. You already heard week 1, basically, or the beginning of week 1. That was mostly just my immediate family. Any park day was just me and my immediate family or just my sons. I was taking on dates. But now we're picking up on February 13th. This was a Magic Kingdom day with all of my in-laws. So there were 14 of us there. So you're going to hear about that and big group planning. Then the weekend was pretty low-key. We went to Topolino's Terrace. My parents came in. We went out to Hibachi at night. I don't even know if I mentioned that, which was a lot of fun with a big group with my parents too. Then it was President's Day, also low-key. And then Tuesday, we went to Epic Universe at Universal, which was amazing. So you'll hear all about that. Then after that, my parents and I went, and my husband, we went to and my immediate family, we went to had two more park days. We went to Animal Kingdom and Epcot, a little split. And then the last day, we went to Magic Kingdom. During this time, actually, before our final Magic Kingdom day, my son, Luke, we had to take him to the emergency room. He was having trouble breathing. So you'll hear all about that. He was fine. Thank God the medicine they gave him worked miracles. And I'm going to tag in the show notes where we went, the urgent care we went to. We've been there twice now. We're a little accident prone, I guess. But it was a lovely experience. We've had 2 excellent experiences there. It's clean. It's super engaging for kids. But I want you to know of it. So if you're down there and something happens, you're like, oh, I remember I was listening to a podcast and she took her sons to this place once. So that's going to be in the show notes too. Okay, buckle up and enjoy. And again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Hello, it is 12:08 p.m. We are at Magic Kingdom. And it is Friday, February 13th. It is a very crowded Magic Kingdom day. This should be no surprise to anyone. It is a long weekend, close to Valentine's Day, President's Day. A lot of the North schools have I'm from the North. A lot of those schools have a whole week off for President's Day. My kids don't, and I never did, but I know my husband always did, which is why they always came this week. The New York schools, I think, do. So it is a very, very busy Magic Kingdom. It's a beautiful day. The sun is strong. It's pretty hot. I have my kids in long sleeve Valentine's shirts, and I'm like, just grab the stroller to change them because it's way too hot for long sleeves. We got in kind of late. We're tired. We're here with 14 people today. So it's a big group. So split up by family. I make reservations for my immediate family. My sister-in-law made for her original family, and my brother-in-law for his family, plus my in-laws. So that's how we're doing it. We made dining reservations that way, and our lightning lanes too. So we had a 10:30 It's a Small World reservation. So we all met there because we all got in at different times. I don't think I can talk right now. It's too crowded and busy. We did It's a Small World, then we did Full House Magic, and I wanted to grab while everybo's awake, all the babies are awake, I wanted to grab a picture from the castle, but then my sister-in-law walked away, so I don't think that's going to end up happening. So anyway, I think some of them are riding the carousel. I went to get the stroller, and I want to refill our popcorn bucket, and I also I got to talk to guest services because Zach messed up his lightning lane today. Okay, I'll talk later. Hello, it is 4:44. We're online for Jungle Cruise. We had a lightning lane, and thank God we did, because this line is very long, and even the lightning lane line was kind of long. All right, I don't remember where I left off, but we did Full House Magic. Then some of us read the carousel. I went to go fill up the popcorn bucket, and I had to adjust a few lightning lanes. My little son, Zach, didn't scan into Small World the second time, so I had to have someone override that. Then we went over to Adventureland. We did Tiki Room, which actually took a little bit of a long time. It was longer than we thought. And then it was time to check into our Liberty Tree Tavern lunch, which was delicious and great. The kids were a little crazy though. Then after that, it was time for our Under the Sea Lightning Lane, so we head over there. I must have lost my magic band, so I actually went back to Tiki Room and they had it for me. This is where I have charms on mine, so it was really easy to identify. You can go on Etsy and buy like little charms for like $5 or $6, or like sliders. Mine also have my name on it, so I have a couple ways to identify. But otherwise, it's like, oh, a sea of like white magic bands. It's hard to distinguish. Plus, I like to get them for the boys for like a little stocking stuffer. Then I met them all at Little Mermaid. I made it in no time. I met them there, actually. They're like, oh my God, that was quick. But when you aren't traveling with kids, it's much easier. And then after Little Mermaid, now we have our Lightning Lane for Jungle Cruise. And that's where we are. So we scanned in to Jungle Cruise. I booked Haunted Mansion for $10.25, and we're all doing teacups at like $7.10. So you can tell it's busy because the return times are late, and a lot of popular rides are already sold out. But okay, after this we have Pirates of the Caribbean, and then we have to reassess. Okay, talk later. Okay, so after Jungle Cruise, we all went to Tomorrowland, and we did, my husband staked out a spot for the parade. People were already sitting down for the parade, so I started to get a little nervous, and this was certainly a priority for us. And plus my little one of my kids was like misbehaving a lot, so I'm like, you know what, you lost the privilege to go on more rides, you need to just sit. So he sat with my husband and they staked out a spot for the parade. And they had an excellent spot. So well done. We went to Tomorrowland. We did Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. And my little niece was Boo in it. It was so cute. That's a cute little show. It's like interactive, like Turtle Talk with Crush, where there's like live actors and animation. And they're truly like live interacting with the audience. Then that's when my littlest niece left with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. And then the rest of us stayed and did People Mover right after, which was so cute. I mean, such a great ride. Then after People Mover, we did Teacups. We had a Lightning Lane for the Teacups, which we had booked when we were on Jungle Cruise. We booked that, I think. Or maybe the ride before Jungle Cruise. But we had the Teacups one booked for a little while. And then we did, what did I say? Oh, so then it was time to sit for the fireworks. The parade, not fireworks. So we did that. While we were sitting for the parade, I was just perusing the Disney app, and I saw Tiana Lightning Lane pop up, so I snagged it for all of us for $8.20, so after the parade. So that's where we are now. We watched the parade, which was awesome, the nighttime parade. It's called Starlight, and tonight it's performing twice. Once it was at 7:45, but it was a little delayed, and then once at 10 o'clock. And then at 9 o'clock is the fireworks. So we'll see if we're going to stay for the we're going to be here for the fireworks. But whether we'll continue, because we saw more lightning lanes. We have a Speedway lightning lane and a Haunted Mansion lightning lane still. We're unsure if we're going to do it or not. But that's what we have right now. So, all right. And we're going to get ready to ride Tiana. This was a good lightning lane. It's a little cold, but I brought lots of other clothes for my kids. So, all right. Talk later. It's 9:37. We left the park at the absolute worst time. These crowds are serious. I have never seen this ferry boat line like this. This is serious. It's going to take us an hour. Like, it's worth just staying in the park. Don't exit right after fireworks, which is like exactly what we did, because the rest of the party wanted to leave, but I'm like, that's the worst time to leave. this is absolutely insane, and I'm like getting real annoyed. This is insane. Like, truly, this is the longest line I've ever seen. But yeah, she's right. I think she's right. She's like, no sooner 10:30 to get back to TTC. I think she's right. Hello, it is 7:18 p.m. on, what day is it? Saturday? Valentine's Day, February 14th. We had a resort day, really, at the pool, swimming. I cooked dinner tonight, and I'm just going to head over to my in-laws' villa. My kids are already there. She has little Valentines for the boys, and I have Valentines for my nieces and nephew, too, so I'm going to head over there. I'm just putting I just had a shower. I ran out of hot water before after the boys bathed. So, anyway, you know us moms. Always going last, which is fine. I actually don't mind the peace and quiet, quite frankly. Anyway, this morning, well, really at 11:50, we had a Topolino's Terrace reservation. Now, I was lucky enough to go in December with a girlfriend. When we were down, I went down with a couple girls and we went to Jollywood Nights. So my one friend and I stayed an extra day, and we did snag a last-minute Topolino's reservation. So I had been there only one other time before. But I really wanted to take the boys there because we had never been there together as a family, and I knew my husband would love it. We're big Chef Mickey's people. My kids love Mickey chefs. They love Mickey chefs. But it's really chaotic. And Paul hates the contemporary, as I'm sure you've heard. And if not, I will link the Grouchy Dad. If I can link the Grouchy Dad episode, I will, because he does not hold back on how much he despises the contemporary as a whole, and especially that. I mean, we tolerate Chef Mickey's because our kids love it. But it is chaotic. So I knew he'd love this. It's really nice. So I couldn't get a reservation. I tried 60 days out. I tried like every day. So you know what I did? I finally, and I know I said this already, but I used the Stakeout app. There are a bunch of different apps. There's Mouse Dining. Only I don't see Mouse Dining as an application. I see it as a website. Plus, I believe they send an email where Stakeout is an app, and they send you an alert. So it like pops up. So that was ideal for me. I wanted a pop-up. So I used the Stakeout app, and I was lucky enough to get a Topolino's Terrace reservation. And not only did I get one of them, but they kept popping up. So I had like a whole bunch of them, and then I canceled, all the others and just ended up with one, ultimately. So that was great. Sorry, I'm looking for why didn't that go on? So anyway, I highly recommend that app if you do not have it. If you're going on a trip and there is a reservation that is hard to get and you would really like, I recommend it. There is a free option, and you can certainly do the free option. I ended up paying $15, and it was like, I don't remember if you got 5, I can't remember how many. Oh no, I think you got I don't exactly remember the number, but it was like a certain amount, like a date range. So they would update you until like my trip was over, you know what I mean? Or whatever date I set. So that was great, actually. It worked out really well. Obviously, I got that. I got, again, like I said, I kept getting multiple of them. So I ended up, like I had one for like 8:15 a.m., which is way too early for my family. But I'm like, I'm just going to book it so I have it. And then an 11:50 popped up. So then I canceled the 8:15 and booked the 11:50. And then an 11:20 popped up. I'm like, oh, that's even better. So I switched and got that. Plans change. And you have, speak of which, I need to cancel my Chef Mickey's reservation for tomorrow. People are always changing their mind. They leave early. They come back early. They end up running out of money. Like, plans change constantly. So I really found this app. This is the first time I ever used any sort of app like that. And I found it very beneficial. And I did not mind paying that $15. And if I was going for a shorter amount of time and only wanted one restaurant, I could have done the free. The free version let you have like 3 or 5 stakeouts. The problem was I wanted to try different times, different dates. So it became too like big, I guess. Like I wanted too many different things because I was going for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? If I was just going for 3 days and one day was free and I only had one day that I was trying to find a reservation for, the free version would be totally fine. But $15, I had no problem paying, truly. Yes, and so I found that breakfast amazing. The ambiance, lovely. It is not loud and chaotic like Chef Mickey's or Hollywood and Vine for that matter. I found Hollywood and Vine to be overwhelming. It is lovely. It's not buffet. It is, you get a menu and you order off the menu. A server comes to you, brings you the food. It's very elevated. And I think it's cheaper than Chef Mickey's or like right around the same price. You see 4 characters, not 5. So maybe that means something. The view is outstanding. You have a beautiful view. You can see way in the distance, you can see Everest and the Tree of Life. You can clearly see Hollywood Studios and Epcot too. You can see the end of World Showcase. It's just lovely. And then you can see like all around. It's just a beautiful view up there. Our server was phenomenal. His name was Mike D. from South Orange, New Jersey. I filled out a cast compliment for him. He was phenomenal. Really went above and beyond, truly. I actually found everyone at the Riviera to be outstanding. The valets were so nice. They gave my kids stickers. They were like so above and beyond kind to us. It was really lovely. They were lovely. Then same thing, you walk in, the staff was lovely. And then up at Topolino's, everyone was just so professional and kind and like really went above and beyond, which is what Disney was always known for. And I think with COVID, that was 6 years ago now almost. We're coming up on 6 years. But, you know, things had really changed after that. And also they relied heavily on college program cast members that were from the college program, which is amazing, but you're getting a different level of training. Certainly not as much experience as other types of cast members that are not from the college program typically. So I'd say that kind of service had been, or that kind of overall customer service had been lacking a little bit. And I really felt it today. Mike just made excellent suggestions. So the kids, for example, he was saying, we have these other sides that aren't on the menu. So then we're okay, we're going to get the kids eggs and waffles. And then one's going to get a fruit cup. One's going to get bacon. I goes, how about I just give a third side to all of them? I'm okay. He was just so nice. And then Paul was the steak and eggs sounds really good, but I also saw eggs Benedict and I loved eggs. He's why don't I do steak and eggs Benedict? He was so helpful and cooperative, where he didn't need to be that. There's not a lot of waiters who are like that. He just went above and beyond. So I right away filled out a cast compliment for him. He was phenomenal. The character interaction was great. I thought it was a decent amount of time. It wasn't short. It was great. And they sign autographs, where at Chef Mickey's, they don't. They give you that silly card and they're oh no, they're not signing, which is a little bit of BS, in my opinion. Sign the freaking autograph book, okay? I already talked about this, but I love the autograph book. I'm never not getting one while the kids are still interested in characters. It's $15. It is not breaking the bank. It is a great souvenir. It gives them something to do. It gives them purpose when they're meeting a character. It gives a conversation starter. Sometimes it's like awkward to like talk to characters. Now with an autograph book. And then I get the ones, you can just get a regular autograph book, but I get the ones that have the picture on the side. And then I make sure I take a 4x6 picture, a horizontal landscape 4x6 picture. And now when I get them printed, it's going to be another fun thing when we sit down together and put the pictures in the book next to the autographs. It's great. I mean, like, I'm just thrilled. I love it. It's like the first thing I do when we get down there, and I love it. But this is our third year doing that, I think. Or our third trip. We got one in October, too. It's just great. And then, you know, I find my kids looking through it. I keep it somewhere accessible to them, and they, like, look through it. We brought our one from October down with us on this trip, so. Okay, it's a beautiful night here. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. This weather is gorgeous, which is great because I hear it's like freezing back in New Jersey. They canceled, my kids' school had a polar plunge. Actually, it was supposed to be before we left, and they canceled it because they postponed it because it was going to be so cold. They postponed it to tomorrow morning, the 15th, and I got a notice it was canceled again. It's so cold. It's frigid. So it's a really bad winter. We're having a bad winter in New Jersey. So I am very thankful to be here, down here where it's like 80 degrees. And I'm in sweats right now. I probably don't need my sweatshirt. I just like to be cozy. But it's a beautiful night. A little humid, but not bad. Like a nice, like almost comforting humid, if that makes sense. Again, like thank you, I take a little bit of humidity over the 2 degrees. So, all right, I think I'm at my in-laws. Oh yeah, they're right here. Talk later. Good morning, it is 9:21, and we just parked at Epic Universe at Universal. Totally out of my comfort zone. It is strange to me going somewhere where I know nothing about. I don't know security. I don't know how the tickets work. I know there's like some Face ID thing. I don't know anything about it. I couldn't set it up on my app. Not really familiar with the app. I don't know how dining works. I don't know the rides. So I'm in for a learning experience. We got a little bit of a later start than we would have liked. We wanted to really be here when it first opened because my husband and one son do not have Express Pass, but the rest of us do. So he wanted to buy it at the gate, but alas, that didn't happen. So we're going to see. I don't exactly know how this is going to work. Like in Disney, I know how Rider Switch works, so I wouldn't be as concerned because I'm like, oh, it's okay. Like we can figure this out. But here, I have no idea how this works. We paid for the premier parking, especially because we're a little later. So it was $60, I think. So not awful comparable to Disney. So far, though, the tickets were the same price as a Disney ticket. However, the Express Pass is a fortune. So, for example, it's a holiday week. So, yes, the prices are going to be a little higher than it would be on an off time of the year. And when you look online, it'll say tickets starting at... And if you've listened to me for a while, I always say do not fall for that because those days are like 2 days a year and it's going to be like in mid-September. I always say that about Disney. I used to say starting at 109. I'm like, do not use 109. Use like 120 or 130 as your average. Because I'm like, go on the map and look when it's 109. It's going to be like 2 days a year and that's it. It doesn't say 109 now. This was a couple years ago. Anyway... So the ticket day pass was like $189, which was the same as Disney, basically. A 1-day pass. No hopper, just one park, 1 day. So that was comparable. And then when I bought on Friday, which was a busy holiday, Friday before a holiday week, I bought the Lightning Lanes multi-pass at Magic Kingdom, so most expensive park. It was $42 each. Here, this Express Pass is $250 each person, and no, just like Disney, no change for kids. It is the same price for a child. So a lot of money was spent on this day. So hopefully we better be wowed. We're all like, we better be wowed. I think we will. We're going to have so much fun. We're all dressed in Mario little like outfits. My one friend went down. So if you don't know, Epic Universe has different portals, I believe they're called. So you walk in a main area, I think. This is just what I'm gathering from influencers in the map I'm looking at. And then there's different portals. So to the right, the first portal is like Isle of Berk, which is How to Train Your Dragon themed. Next is Harry Potter. And it like takes place in Paris. And it's that woman. I don't know. I'll report back a little more once I'm there. Then Dark Universe, which is like Frankenstein and like old classic like spooky characters. And then there's Super Mario World. In the middle, there's a Celestial Park, and they have a ride and a carousel and some places to eat too, I think. I mean, again, follow along. I'll show you everything. But so we're most excited for Super Mario. That's, the age of our kids. And I'm excited for Isle of Berk too. We're going to explore all the areas, I think. I'm not sure if Dark Universe is going to be a little scary for my littlest one. We'll have to see. But I'm very excited. I think this is a new experience, definitely outside our comfort zone, but we're really looking forward to a fun-filled day. So stay tuned. Question of the Super Mario World. It's really cool. It's really cool. Really, really cool. A little overwhelming, but exciting, thrilling, very excited. All right, I got to focus on the kids. We already used our little bands. Some of them are hard. They're really high. I can't even reach them. I'm pretty short, though, if you don't know. I'm 4'11". Oh, my God, this is really cool, really wealthy. Hey, guys, we stay to the right usually, okay? Usually. Okay, I got to go. She ride was cute. It's kind of like for littles. It goes really slow. Now we're on the Donkey Kong run. They keep checking the Express Pass, by the way. The face recognition's awesome, but they did ask to check the Express Pass a few times. We were a little unprepared. Rider swap scene's easy. They just give a card, and he went off somewhere. I'm not sure where. I'll have to figure that out when we get back. But the standby line wait was 200 minutes, and we did Express Pass, and it was 20 minutes. So certainly worth it for this Donkey Kong ride. And the Yoshi ride was a complete walk-on. We didn't stop moving until we got on the ride. Also, they keep checking the heights, which is a little annoying, especially because no one's holding a thing. They have to keep like getting out of line, going back, and going to like one of those stands. But thank you so much. All right, gotta go. Okay, so then we did the Donkey Kong ride, which was really cool, a little thrilling. Definitely some drops and jerky. It's quite jerky, but very cute. My boys liked it. I thought Bo wasn't going to like it, but he ended up liking it. Then you have to be 40 inches to ride, and then 48 inches to ride by yourself. If you're under 48, you have to ride with an adult. The rider switch works weirdly, I think. So you all have to wait online together, which is like such a bummer for like young toddlers, but because like they could be in the park doing other things. But you have to all wait in queue together. Then there's like a family room. They give you a ticket. It's like a receipt. The adult waiting with the child who can't ride goes in this like family room, which is right by the exit. And then when the rest of the family gets off, or your party gets off the exit, they come to the family room, and then you can swap. I don't like this as much as Disney because, again, like I said, like my little guy, he's 4, even though he's little, but he's 4. Like he could be doing other things in the park. He's not like an infant. So it's a little frustrating, but also, again, they're checking the height like a lot, which just impedes the flow of the line. And they don't have like a stand. Like I know on the boardwalk, a lot of times the attendants hold the stand, which is the height. So to check a height, they just have like the stand right with them. This, you have to like kind of get out of line and walk back and get to where the height checker is. So it's a little bit like disrupts the flow a little bit. But all in all, very impressed with the land. We're having a great time. We're all a little hungry and cranky. So I mobile ordered some snacks at this Toadstool Cafe. I'm not super impressed with the food here. It's well themed. I think over at Isle of Berk has a better menu. So ideally, I just want to like quickly give the kids snacks so they're not hungry. And then the adults, like we get more nourishing food over at the Isle of Burke. Yeah, okay, so when we're done with this, we're gonna kind of head out of Super Mario World and head to a different land, hopefully that Isle of Burke. Because I think we should do that in the sunshine. Where the other two lands, I think we can do at night and not be a problem. Okay, I'll talk to you later. It is 2:21 at Epic Universe. We are now in the Isle of Burke, which is the How to Train Your Dragon section of the park. So far, we are all really impressed with Epic Universe. I think we came in with low expectations, expecting to be disappointed, being such Disney fans. But we are all very impressed with the theming, with the quality of rides. They're awesome, thrilling. My kid just went on a wing racer ride or something, and it's for 40 inches and above. So I was thinking it'd be like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and no, it was like a legit roller coaster. He didn't cry though, he was so brave, but I was a little nervous watching him, thinking it was gonna, my other one didn't want to do it. Really great quality of rides, we're loving it. The food's a little frustrating, however, actually in my cousin and I just went to go get a drink, and we were like, you have to wait in line for a table. You have to like wait in a queue, and then when a table opens up, they like seat you. And then you finish your mobile order. And to me, that was like a little annoying because I was in like a really long wait for like not so great food. However, it might be better than in Disney where you get your food, then you're walking around with a tray of food looking for a place to sit. Like it might be better to be able to like sit and then finish your order. So retrospectively, it wasn't that bad. It's just like annoying to wait. But it's always annoying to wait. Express Pass has been definitely worth it, even though it was very expensive. These waits are long, 65 minutes, 200 minutes, 120 minutes, 180 minutes. 65 minutes was the last one we saw. Long waits. Anyway, but we're having a great day. We have a 6 o'clock dinner reservation at Blue Dragon, which is a Pan-Asian restaurant right in the center of the park. Our plan is to finish up here at How to Train Your Dragon, go to see one of the dragon shows. There's one at 2:30, which we're gonna miss, but there's one at 3:40 now, I think I'm aiming for. And then after that, go to the Harry Potter section here. Then I think we'll be finishing that up right around the time to eat dinner. And then in the evening, we can go back to Super Mario World. Half of us can go to the Dark Universe. Or we can hit anything that we didn't get to before. It's a beautiful day. The sun just came out. It's actually quite hot. I think I'm gonna take my short sleeve shirt off and bake a little bit because we're just waiting. The kids are playing in the playground. My husband's riding the one ride. We didn't do an official rider switch where you go to the family room. He took Luke right to this playground, which I think was the best move. So he took Luke and Bo right to this playground. My cousin Laura and I rode with her son and my son Zach, and then we met at this playground, and so the kids are playing in the playground, and Bo and my husband just left, and he just ran to do it himself. There's one other ride here that's like a little intense, so I'm thinking we'll do the same sort of thing. My kids can't go on it, but maybe the adults can go on it. But all we did was just use only 2 of us went in the express lane, and then Paul can go in whenever. That's the beauty of actually this express lane, this express pass versus the Disney multi-pass. I like that you can just walk in whenever you want. Now, Disney does have an option like that. It's called a Premier Pass, and it's actually comparable in price to this express pass. It's the same sort of idea. They must have gotten the idea from here at Universal. But it's like when you have that pass and you pay that premium, you can just walk into the line whenever you want to. It's not like there's a return time. So that's good. All right. I'll report back later on. But so far, that winged racer thing we went on was awesome. This Viking training camp playground is great. I don't even see my kids. They're having so much fun. All the Mario rides were great. The Yoshi one's a baby ride, so expect it to be a baby ride. But the Donkey Kong one was great, and the Mario Kart one was awesome. I thought that was really clever, really imaginative, and interesting. It was just like you're in the video game. You're in a cart. You have these like goggles that are like virtual reality. So then you're seeing on a screen in your face. And also the ride. I don't know how to describe it other than it was like you're kind of in a video game. It was really well done. I liked it a lot. And the queues are great too. They're very well themed. Well themed here at Epic Universe. All right, I'll report back later. 6:07, we're having a really lovely time here at Epic Universe in Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. It is a separate theme park. There's Universal and Islands of Adventure, and they're like kind of connected. You can sort of easily get from one park to the other by City Walk. This is in a different location, but it's the same. It's still Universal. Really awesome park. We're having a beautiful day. It's lovely. It did sell out, and they sold out of express passes, even though my husband was able to buy 2 this morning. But it doesn't feel crowded. The waits, though, are insane. Standby waits are really, really high. The express pass is really worth it, even though we paid a lot of money for it. So we spoke last. I was at that Viking training camp. After Viking training camp, which was the playground, we went and saw this amazing show. It's called The Untrainable Dragon. Really awesome. If you look at my highlights, you'll see really cool sneak peeks. So we did that, which was amazing. Got some popcorn. There's a little snack stand inside too. And if you have Express Pass, there's actually like VIP seating, which was kind of nice. So we did that. Then we left Isle of Burke. We went to go do the other ride there, Wing something, or I forget what it's called. But Express Pass wasn't offered, and we weren't going to wait in the line. Not with the kids playing. Like, not that we wouldn't wait in a line. We wait in lines all the time, but we paid a lot of money for the Express Pass. But also, we didn't really want to go on it that badly. And also, we left all the kids with my husband in the playground. So we're like, if it's not super fast, we're not going to wait. Then we left Isle of Burke and we went to the Harry Potter world. You enter into like Paris, and then you travel by flu to the Ministry of Magic. It is so cool. So cool. Now that ride, the posted wait was 155 minutes. It goes down a lot apparently. But it was posted 155 minutes. The Express Pass though, we waited about 40 minutes on the Express line. And they say sometimes it's a walk-on, but sometimes it's up to half the wait. So it wasn't half the wait, but it was 40 minutes, and some of the boys were getting a little cranky. I should have grabbed some snacks before that queue. Ride was really, really awesome. It's not a roller coaster, but it is like kind of thrilling. But there are screens, and you move around, and then there's a screen, and you see something, and then you like move around, and there's also animatronics and like a special effects. It's really cool. Wow, then I rider swapped, but not quite, because my baby fell asleep. So instead of all going on the line, I left my husband out with the baby in the stroller, and he explored. He walked around the land. I don't know if he got a drink or not. I would have gotten a drink immediately. And he just explored a little bit while we went on the line. And then he used his Express Pass later. Now this ride, it does say all over the place that it's closing early tonight. I don't know why. Maybe there's an event or something. I don't know. But luckily he was able to ride it. So he just went in with his Express Pass. So we're kind of rider switching because we have the Express Pass the way we would in Disney. Do you know what I mean? Because we have the Express Pass. If we didn't, we'd have to just wait on the queue. But there's no way with little kids we're waiting 155 minutes. No way. 40 minutes was challenging. So, but again, we're on a holiday week where it's very expensive. Other days, I don't know what it's like, but this is expensive. Listen, Universal I'm finding already more expensive than Disney. Now, I haven't stayed on property or anything, but even so, the Express Pass isn't included in the hotel stay for Epic Universe. The other parks, yes, but not Epic Universe. It's really cool, though. I'm having the best time. So anyway, my husband rider swapped. We bought them wands. I only bought one wand for my family because they're $65. And my kids aren't super into Harry Potter. But we could have seen a show. There's a show in the Harry Potter world. We could have seen a show. But instead, we just got the wands, and they were playing with the wands. And my cousin and I got a drink. It's very good. It was like a Moscow Mule, but like elderflower and lavender, and it's really yummy. So we got that. And then now we just checked in for our dinner reservation, waiting for them to call us. But I don't know what they're all talking. All right, I'll talk later. After this, we're going to go to Dark Universe, which is like Frankenstein and things like that. There's one ride my kids can go on. And then we might go back to Super Mario or back to Wizarding World. I don't know, whatever they want to do. All right, talk later. Hello, it is 10:28. We are walking from the parking lot at Disney's Animal Kingdom. We had just an amazing day yesterday at Epic Universe. We all agreed it was a great park, just very expensive. We each paid $250 for the Express Pass, which is insane. Each. And then also the ticket, which was like, I think it was $189 or $184. It was comparable to a Disney Pass, a Disney ticket for the same day. I forget now if it was a hopper. Probably. I can't remember. Probably not. It probably was a one-day, one-park pass. It was comparable. But the Express Pass is what's expensive, and that's comparable to the Premier Pass, the Disney Premier Lightning Lane Pass. It's certainly a luxury experience. It's just like not a cheaper option. That's the only offer that they had at Universal. You can stay on property and get the Express Pass for the other parks, but Epic Universe is not included in that because I thought about that too. A hotel room would be cheaper for all of us than that. But one second, honey. Anyway, it was a lovely day. We loved it, and I'd like to go back. But all right, I'm about to head through security. Our goal today is just to do the Zootopia Better Together and a couple other things. It's a beautiful day, but the waits are kind of long. I'm almost maybe going to buy a multi-pass. And then we're going to head to Epcot. I have a Geo 82 reservation for my husband and I at 5:20. My parents, I dropped off at the Beach Club, so they're going to walk in through International Gateway to Epcot. They have an Epcot pass today. So they're just enjoying Epcot now with no kids. And then we're going to meet them there this afternoon. And then they're going to watch the kids while my husband and I go to that Geo 82. And then we all have a $7.50 Chef de France reservation in the France Pavilion, which I love that restaurant. Okay, stay tuned. It's 11:52 and we are online for Zootopia Better Together. This is the show that is inside the Tree of Life, which is the giant tree, which is like the, what do you call it? Like not mascot, but icon of the park. This used to be a Bugs Life show, and they changed it now to Zootopia. So this is our first time seeing it, and we're really excited. It's like a 3D, it might be 4D. The Bugs Life was like a 4D experience where, yeah, you wear 3D glasses, but then there's also like interactive things. You get sprayed with water, bees stung you in the back, like things like that. So we're doing that. It's much later than I wanted to, but that's because there were so many characters out. We saw Pluto, we saw Chip and Dale, we saw Pluto, we saw Daisy and Donald meeting. We didn't wait for them, but they were meeting. Then we all went to the bathroom and had to grab the snack. I packed a lot of snacks. I like to pack a lot of snacks because it keeps everyone busy in lines. I also, of course, love a popcorn bucket, but I haven't seen a popcorn stand yet. After this, I don't know, maybe we'll try to do the safari, but the waits are really long. So we're going to have to just see. We're not waiting in long waits. We come too frequently, but we'll see. All right, stay tuned. I'm going to try to leave around 3 o'clock to head to Epcot. B12, we just got out of the Feathered Friends in Flight show at Animal Kingdom. It's really crowded and very busy here, so we really didn't do much. We did a jungle trek, and we are doing like the Wilderness Lodge things. They have these Wilderness Lodge. They're called Wilderness Explorer badges. Kind of like from Up. That little boy was a wilderness explorer and he was earning all the different badges in that movie. So they've taken that theme and put it here at Animal Kingdom. So you can get a little booklet, and you earn little badges when you go to these different stations, and they teach you about something. So one, we learned about these monkeys, type of Gibsons, I don't know, some sort of monkey that they have here. So we learned about the sounds that they make and other animals make a call. We learned about tigers, and that they camouflage, and that trees are what keep them alive because they hide. It's really hard to be here by myself. It's really crowded. And I'm of the triple stroller, and I'm going uphill, and it's just very difficult. Anyway, you go around to different stations and you earn little badges. It's very cute. So we just did that. We each got a Wilderness Explorer booklet, and that's really what we did because it's so crowded. Anyway, so just really, but the good beauty of Animal Kingdom is you can just stroll around. There's trucks all over with all these different animals in them. There's we saw tigers. The beauty of Animal Kingdom is you really can just stroll and look at the beautiful sights, the amazing, intricate theming. It's just a beautiful theme park. Every time I notice a new details. It's just a lovely park. It tends to be a little hot here. I mean, it's a lovely day, so it's not so bad, but it does tend to be hot here in Animal Kingdom, and that is due to the foliage that they use. You know, they use like traditional plants you would find, I guess, in Africa, amongst other places. So it tends to be a little more like humid and hot due to the foliage here. But it's a beautiful park, so you can come here very casually and relax and just stroll around. You're very much able to do that here at Animal Kingdom. We did see the Zootopia show. It was very cute. It is that like 4D thing. You put the glasses on and like you get like sprayed with water and things come crawling under you and things like that. It's very, very cute. Cute show, enjoyable. Safari was too long. Navi River Journey is another lovely, relaxing riverboat water ride in Pandora, which is like a really cool section of the park. Oh, I can see construction on the Dino Land. But yeah, it's very relaxing. We didn't even walk over in Pandora. It is, I've said this many times, it is very crowded. I really don't like coming here on holiday weeks because of how crowded it is. You can meet Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps here, but the line was 2 hours long. And it looks shorter now, but still not that much shorter. So we're just gonna walk out. We're gonna get to the car and drive to Epcot. Okay, talk later from Epcot. It's 4:29. I'm always catching you on like not even numbers. We're at Epcot. We just went to I made it here quickly, really quickly. It was like 12 minutes from Animal Kingdom to Epcot. I paid for preferred parking. I'm in like the third row, and it was great. Yeah, easy, walk in, easy. Midday, it's really easy to get in for the most part. Still hopping takes time, but it was not awful. Okay, so we got in, we met my parents, they were already here, and we went to Creations. I have to buy the boys new water bottles. We got them water bottles at Target because I'm gonna get another owner's locker, and I'm leaving water bottles down here. Anyway, we just got out of Creations, and oh my god! Oh, the murals are up for Flower and Garden Festival. Okay, I'm sorry. It's so crazy. I'm getting a little cramp from walking so much. Yeah, so that was it. We just got in. We're gonna go. The waits are really long. It is very busy. The waits are really long. 120 minutes, 80 minutes. Soarin's like 65 minutes, 80 minutes, 120 minutes, 95 minutes. Really long waits for like Soarin, Test Track. Spaceship Earth's down. Another ride was down too, but I think it's back up because I just checked my app and I didn't see 2 of the stars. Anyway, we're just gonna like have to be chill. My husband's supposed to meet us in. We have a 5:20 GO82 reservation. GO82 is a new bar here up in Spaceship Earth. Really cool, good view of the fireworks in the center. You could actually do a GO82 fireworks party. It's a fortune. It's like over $200 and some odd dollars a person. And then, you need to get in the park. So, okay. Let me help my parents park the stroller. They're new to the stroller stuff. Talk to you later. 5:19. Again, me and those odd numbers checking in. I'm headed to check into my reservation at GO82. My husband should be here, but I haven't heard from him in a few minutes. I have a 5:20 reservation, so I'll be there right at 5:20. I'm right here at the entrance now with my husband nowhere in sight, shopping. Nah, he'll be here soon. I've never been here before, so I'm excited. It is adults only. So that's why I had not the only reason I would have left my parents with my kids with my in-laws, but my parents are here at Epcot today, so they're taking the kids to go get a treat and maybe do another ride, and then we'll all meet up again. This is just, again, a bar, lounge, a couple snicky snackies, but that's really it. Yeah, that's it. And again, it's adults only, which is important to know. All right, I'll report back. Good morning. It is 11:16 a.m. on Thursday, February 19th. And we had an eventful night last night. So we finished Epcot. I actually don't remember where I left off. It got a little chaotic. My husband and I went to GO82, which was lovely. Tricky to go with adults, but it was really a nice place. Totally different vibe than the park, like very relaxing. Then we met up with, we looped, my family, my parents and kids were in the Sea Pavilion with Turtle Talk with Crush, which is becoming a favorite of ours. And then my husband and I just walked. We had a 7:50 Chef de France reservation, so we just walked the countries. And I really wanted to see Susan Egan perform. She was the original Belle on Broadway, but she was the voice of Megala in Hercules, which is really cool. So I wanted to see her. So we did catch the end of their performance, which was absolutely lovely. And the man who was playing, his name's, I think it was like Michael Monroe Eagleheart or something like that, Eagleheart. I'm now forgetting his first name. I thought it was Michael. He was Genie on Broadway. So Festival of the Arts has Broadway performances. So that was cute. We got to see the very end of it. We weren't sitting, but we were just standing outside the American Pavilion. And then we met my family in the France Pavilion. We found the rest of the works of art. I traded that in for the prize, which was just like a sticker thing. Last time I did it for Food and Wine, it was a bento box, which was awesome, and I used it. I put all my magic bands in it. It was like a Mickey Mouse bento box. This was a little lamer. It's like a sticker thing, art. But whatever, I was able to go redeem that. And then we had a lovely dinner at Chef de France, and it overlapped with fireworks. So we watched the fireworks from Chef de France, which is in the France Pavilion. There's a couple restaurants there. There's Monsieur Paul too, which is a more fine dining. This is like not as fine, but it's still great. I love it, actually. There's a prefix option and a non-prefix option. I actually did end up getting the prefix last night, but I think I was the only one because I got a glass of wine, and wine's included in the prefix, which is nice. Okay, so then that was it. The park closed, and we walked out. I had paid for preferred parking early in the day, so I had like an amazing parking spot. The kids were asleep like before we even exited the France Pavilion. They were so tired. But then in the middle of the night, so my parents are staying with us. We're in a 2-bedroom villa. So Paul and I are in the one room, and then my parents and the kids are all in the other room. and Luke was sleeping with my parents, so my dad came in and woke us up because Luke, he was coughing a lot, but like his breathing was very labored. So we had to go to the ER with Luke in the middle of the night at like 3 o'clock. And they gave him, he was like really retracting. He was having a real hard time breathing. He was definitely in like distress. They gave him epinephrine actually, and I had given him albuterol because right away, as soon as I saw he was having trouble breathing, I have albuterol here. My one son has asthma, so we always have it with us. So, it's actually lead albuterol. It has less side effects, like less jittery side effects. But either way, it didn't work. So we went to the emergency room. There's one right here, like in Flamingo Crossing. It's the same ER we went to last year with Zach's concussion. So we know it well, unfortunately. But it is just great. We were seen right away. And there was a whole team waiting for us. I mean, it just was so, awful experience that we had it, but like a good experience. They take such good care. And it's so engaging for kids. There's like a monitor on the wall and it's showing, has relaxing music and showing cute little Disney scenes in this like very artistic way and calming way. It's very cute. But you can also put like the TV on or stream from Disney Plus too, or any streaming service. Really nice facility if you're ever in the need of an emergency room. I highly recommend. It's like Advent Health, and it's like in Flamingo Crossing. So it's very close. It's like 2 minutes from Orange Lake. If that, actually. We were there within 5 minutes. Like, it's very close from our, like, door to door. So it's a good option, if you need it. Hopefully you don't need it. But anyway, he was cleared, so he was given epinephrine, and he was cleared, though. He did fine with the treatment, like really well with the treatment. So they're like, you're fine to go home and resume normal activities. He definitely has croup. I can hear his little sealy cough. And I had a feeling Bo had croup because he, like, lost his voice. So I kind of had a feeling Bo had croup. So whatever, no big deal. It's just a cough, basically, upper respiratory thing. So we slept in. We had like early lightning lanes. I pushed them all back and we could cancel, not go or whatever, but everyone's in great spirits and feeling great. Luke slept really well. I kind of left it up to him. Like, we can also divide and conquer. I have so many adults, but, he's like, no, I want to go. So we're going to try it. And guess what? If it's too much, if he starts having trouble, if he's coughing a lot, we'll leave. It's no big deal. But I pushed my lightning lanes all back, so at least we didn't miss any. So, okay. Stay tuned. I think that's our plan. We're going to try to head to Magic Kingdom within the next 15 minutes. I just need everyone's waiting on me. I was like getting everyone else ready, and now I need to just brush my teeth and get myself ready. I'm also going to bring an albuterol treatment with me, but hopefully I won't need it. There's also a health center there, so God forbid I can go there. But really, what we would do is just leave and go straight to an emergency room if it's bad. But I'm very hopeful. He sounds good. He didn't even cough yet. So, okay, I'll talk to you later. It is 3:45. We're online for the Enchanted Tiki Room. The doors are about to open, and we're all about to go sit down. Once we knew we weren't going to get here early, like when we were up with Luke, I went on to modify our lightning lanes. So sometimes, like really early in advance, there's not a lot of options to modify. But actually, like this morning, there were quite a few options to modify in times. So they must open up times as the day comes or it gets closer to the day. So I was able to push back our It's a Small World reservation. And so our first reservation was our Tomorrowland Speedway, which is just about at noon. So that we came in and we went straight there, rode that. Then after that, we went to our It's a Small World Lightning Lane, did that. And we did, hold on, my son's having a meltdown, I gotta go. But we're here at the Tiki Room now. Okay, it's 8:46. We just finished our dining at Artist Point. It was so great. I went there last December maybe. Not this past December, but the December before. And it was really amazing. I really loved it. So I'm really happy to go back. Now, I would love to go back to Magic Kingdom. I had Lightning Lanes lined up. I had Peter Pan. I had Pirates. And I was eyeing a Barnstormer for the kids. It's open till 11 tonight, and I wanted to watch the nighttime parade again. We would have gotten there in time for fireworks, but, we haven't packed anything, and we're leaving tomorrow. And we're up so late with Luke, the middle of the night. We were at the emergency room with Luke. We're just going to go back and get the kids in bed and, pack. But it's a shame because I'd love to go to Disney. I'd love to go back to Magic Kingdom. My husband actually Ubered. He's so silly. He Ubered to TTC. So he's going to drive here and pick us all up. Rather than us get on the boat and then get on another form of transportation to TTC where our car is. Magic Kingdom, although I love it, it is the hardest to get to. And that is why I really we stay off property all the time, but that is why I really like staying on property, on the monorail loop, just because how difficult Magic Kingdom is to get to. They're so funny. They're having so much fun with these bubble wands. They're expensive, so buy one on Amazon or something before you go down. But they're really fun in keeping these kids entertained. Yeah, we had a lovely day. We did Small World. We did, we did Speedway, Small World. We did Pirates. We stood by on Pirates. We did Tiki Room. I wanted to get on Tiana's Bio Adventure, but it kept breaking down, and I was nervous we'd get online and then it break down and it just throw a wrench in our whole day. And then we had 2 later Lightning Lanes. We had a Dumbo that started at 5:30, and then we had a Little Mermaid at 6, which we really didn't get on until 6:15. Just to have fun, run around a little, get your energy out. So it was a really well-planned day, actually, and it was a great day, even getting in so late. But again, we go frequently enough that if we don't do everything, we're not super disappointed. We'll just do it the next time. That's the beauty of the annual pass, or the beauty of a yearly trip. If you're coming once, if this is your 1 in 5 year trip, I recommend 2 days at Magic Kingdom because there are so many attractions, or 1.5 days even. But I recommend that ideally if you really want to do everything. But also my biggest tips, I've said this a million times, I'll say it again. My biggest tips are: 1, have low expectations. Go in expecting it to be crowded and hot and your kids be cranky. Because if they're not for a period of time, you'll be pleasantly surprised. So I always say have low expectations, and similarly, pick 3 things you want to accomplish each day. That's it. You will do more than 3 things, but prioritize 3 things, no more. I guess you could say 5 if it's not a busy day, but that's one of my biggest tips. And then another one of my biggest tips is plan a sit-down meal, 1 sit-down meal a day. Budget that time to regroup, rest your feet, hydrate, nourish, go to the bathroom without rushing, without sweating, sit in the air condition out of the sun. Those are my biggest tips for everybody. Okay, I got to get my kids to the front of the hotel. It sounds like my husband's already almost here. It was a great 2 weeks. We had, of course, a little bit of drama, as we always do. My boys are really hard. It's hard. I wish they were easier. One-on-one, they're wonderful. When I had the dates with them, it was so enjoyable. But all together, they're crazy. And it's very frustrating and very hard And, it's just hard. They're hard. But they're hard at home, and I'd rather it be in Disney. So I choose my heart. The weather has been lovely. I would have liked a few more pool days, but I prefer park days over pool days. Yeah, it was a great 2 weeks. I love the parks. I could go to the parks every single day and be happy. Well, I guess ideally I'd go to the pool in the morning and then shower and then go to the parks at night. So maybe our next long trip, that's what I'll do. But with this trip, I prioritized taking each kid on a date. So I wanted them to have the whole date, Well, I had all the help. Okay, I'm really sad to leave. I do not want to go home in that cold weather. I just love it down here. I love Florida. I just want to live down here. One day I will. One day I'll work for Disney. But until then, this is what I do. Okay, talk to you later. Good morning, it's 10:04 and we're at the Orlando Airport, MCO. There's actually a family lane for security. I don't know if it's faster or slower than the regular one, but just interesting. They had us go all the way to the end, kind of by where the cleared pre-check is, and there are family lanes. Interesting. I wonder if it's just going to be a little more accommodating with the strollers and stuff. We'll see. Yeah, the family lane was fine. We got through. Everything was fine. Our flight was fine. But it just stinks to be back in New Jersey. And of course, we come home to like a huge blizzard and record cold and just wish I was back in Florida. I'm sorry this took me a little while to get out. Just very busy back with the 3 little kids. But I hope you enjoyed listening to my trip report from February. I always like listening to trip reports. I learn so much. I learn little tips here and there, or new places to eat, or a new snack I want to try, or a good a planning tip. So I hope you find it useful as well. I do not currently have another Disney World trip on my calendar, and that makes me kind of sad. I know I'll get back there though, but actually what I do have planned is a Disneyland trip over my kids' spring break. We're so excited. This will be their first time in California, our first time all together in Disneyland together. I went once when I was very, very small, but I do not remember it. So I'm really looking forward to it. I bought a book to read. Of course, I haven't read it. Maybe on the plane I'll read a little bit, but like the secrets behind Disneyland. I love books like that. I have 2 for Magic Kingdom in Walt Disney World and 1 on Epcot, just like Imagineering stories, and goes really into detail about the theming and the stories behind different attractions or shops or areas of the park. So I can't wait to read this book, but I just haven't had the time. So we're really looking forward to it. I don't really know what to expect. Everyone says it's so much smaller and more manageable than Disney World, so I'm trying not to overthink it too much, but I do want to familiarize myself with the map a little more, so when I'm there, I'm a little more comfortable. But anyway, I'll save all those details for a Disneyland trip report that I'll do when I get back. And then I still have to finish the dining in Epcot and Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. I'm so sorry it's taking so long. It is so much work, this podcast, but it brings me so much joy. So be on the lookout for all that. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to share my podcast with anyone you think who would be interested in it. It costs nothing to subscribe or, leave a review. And please follow me on Instagram at Disney Days Planning Podcast, linked in the show notes. And yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you real soon.